The year is 1972. It's a cold October at the Stanford University. You and 4 more participants are sitting in front of a computer, waiting for someone to give the call. Then, there is a shout. The competition begins. The adrenaline is pumping. Hours pass, and then a guy stands up, victorious, like if he had won the Olympics. This is the beginning of the story of eSports. And with this, not so much may have taken until a new genre appeared. This is the story of speedrunning and how it innovated to become one of the pillars of the gaming industry. In speedrunning, the goal is very simple: complete the game as fast as possible. For this, many categories of participations were created, and with this, a huge world was open for players who were willing to discover new strategies based on taking advantage of their skills and the games they were competing on. At the time when speedrunning began being a thing, our understanding of programming was still very basic, so strategies were often based on luck or skill, and so many records got stuck for months or years without the possibility to be beaten by someone else. But then, in 2003, a huge discovery changed completely the gaming industry and the speedrunning community.
Yes! Let's go! Let's go! That's it! Yes!
What you have witnessed was Beck Apney's world record in Mario Kart 64 on the track Choco Mountain with a shortcut called the Weather Tango. This record is one of the biggest examples of what perseveration can do in speedrunning. But all this couldn't have been done without the help of a guy who is known as Weatherton, who with the help of emulators managed to discover this shortcut. But you see, that shortcut was intended for the 1-lap category, as the chances for chaining that shortcut 3 times was almost impossible to do. Before this finding, a guy named Badge held the world record of 1 minute 12 seconds .52, which lasted for almost 7 years.
This is what I'm talking about, muchacho! World record! Let's do it again! Check this out! Woo! CAJ!
But then, after hundreds of tries, with all the odds against him, Beck Apney, who understood how the weather tanko worked, managed to pull not 1, not 2, but 3 weather tankos in a single lap, changing the course of speedrunning in Mario Kart. This is the result of human perseveration and machine perfection. All this sounds very incredible for us, but for the people in 2003, when the first emulator were launched and people were managing to simulate and break records, this was looking like magic. Emulators are a program that can read information of the hard drive in video games and port them into different platforms such as computers. With this, possibilities were infinite. Now we had the possibility to understand the games pixel by pixel and reach new limits. And with this, TAS was born. But what is TAS? Let me explain you. TAS, or Tool-Assisted Speedrunning, is a method for emulating games using multiple saves and alterations that can help theorizing or creating strategies in order to optimize runs. So, if you could imagine a strategy, it was possible that the task could emulate it. But it depended on the players if it was a viable strategy, so it could be used in real life, or if it is impossible. As a result, TAS became a method for reaching new limits, breaking boundaries of what was imaginable at the time. And as a result, many records were destroyed by people who, with intellect and a lot of skill, managed to pull possible strategies that were simulated in TAS. But it could also be used for faking runs. As good as emulating and TAS sounds, people could also submit records that were faked using those tools, leading to many records taken by dishonest people who sustain the competitive scene and force the speedrunning community to reinforce the validation and judgment of all the existing and future records. This not only affected the speedrunning community, it also affected the whole gaming industry, as now with piracy there were ways for copying games, modifying them, and also cheating in formal events. Emulators are sure one of the biggest innovations the gaming industry has had, as now we are able of playing games from the very past on recent computers and consoles. But it's also a way where piracy can conflict with the intellectual property of developers and also destroy it. But it also could be seen from a good side, as a way for reviving the past and also glorifying it, with games that pay tribute to those cult classics loved, by having games created by the fans in order to pay homage. Whether if this innovation was good or bad, I leave that choice to you who are watching this video. I hope you liked it, and I hope to see you soon in the next one. This was Daniel Giraldo Martinez. Bye.